Welcome. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of economies of scale. This concept is crucial for understanding how businesses grow and manage costs. Whether you're a student, entrepreneur, or just curious about economics, you'll find that economies of scale play a major role in shaping industries and influencing prices. We'll explore what economies of scale mean, why they matter, and how they impact the long-run cost curves of firms. Let's start by laying out the basics before moving into more detailed examples and concepts. Economies of scale refer to the cost advantages that firms experience as they increase their output. Essentially, as a company produces more, the average cost per unit tends to decrease. This happens because fixed costs are spread over a larger number of goods and operational efficiencies improve. Think of a factory producing cars. The more cars it makes, the less it costs to make each one. This principle is a cornerstone of modern industry and helps explain why large companies often dominate their markets. Understand economies of scale. It's important to distinguish between fixed and variable costs. Fixed costs like rent or machinery don't change with the level of output. Variable costs such as materials and labor increase as production rises. When a firm expands, fixed costs are spread over more units, reducing the average cost. This is a key driver behind economies of scale, making large-scale production more cost-effective than small-scale operation. Internal economies of scale arise from within the company itself. These include technical improvements, better management, and increased bargaining power for bulk purchases. For example, a large manufacturer can invest in advanced machinery, streamline processes, and negotiate better deals with suppliers. All these factors contribute to lowering the average cost per unit, giving the firm a competitive edge in the market. External economies of scale occur outside the firm but within the industry. These benefits arise when an industry grows and supports shared resources, such as skilled labor pools, infrastructure, or supplier networks. For instance, tech companies in Silicon Valley benefit from a concentration of talent and suppliers, which helps all firms in the region reduce costs and innovate faster. Minimum efficient scale is the lowest level of output at which a firm can achieve the lowest possible average cost. At this point, the firm has fully exploited all possible economies of scale. Producing below this level means higher average costs, while producing above it may not yield further cost savings. Understanding the minimum efficient scale helps businesses decide how large they need to be to compete effectively. Visualizing cost curves is essential for understanding economies of scale. The long-run average cost curve typically slopes downward at first, reflecting economies of scale, then flattens out at the minimum efficient scale. Beyond this point, the curve may rise due to diseconomies of scale. These graphs help managers and economists analyze the optimal size for firms and predict industry trends. In the short run, some costs are fixed, and firms can only adjust variable inputs. In the long run, all inputs are variable, allowing firms to change their scale of operation. This flexibility means that firms can seek the most efficient production level, minimizing average costs over time. The long-run cost curve reflects these adjustments and the pursuit of economies of scale. Let's look at car manufacturing as an example. Large automakers invest heavily in automated assembly lines and robotics. These investments are only cost-effective when spread over thousands or millions of cars. As output increases, the average cost per car drops, demonstrating economies of scale in action. This is why the auto industry is dominated by a few large firms. In retail, large chains like supermarkets benefit from economies of scale by buying in bulk, optimizing logistics, and using advanced inventory systems. These efficiencies allow them to offer lower prices than smaller competitors. The result is a highly competitive market where scale can be a decisive advantage. However, growing too large can lead to diseconomies of scale. This occurs when a firm's average costs start to rise as output increases. Common causes include management inefficiencies, communication breakdowns, and coordination problems. When a company becomes too big, it may struggle to maintain quality and control costs, eroding the benefits of scale. Diseconomies of scale often stem from organizational complexity. As firms expand, layers of management are added, slowing decision-making and increasing bureaucracy. Communication can become less effective, and employees may feel disconnected from the company's goals. These issues can lead to higher costs and reduced competitiveness. Every industry has an optimal firm size where average costs are minimized. Firms aim to reach this size to maximize efficiency and profitability. Going beyond this point can lead to diseconomies of scale, so companies must carefully plan their growth strategies to avoid becoming too large and inefficient. Minimum efficient scale and the risk of diseconomies vary by industry. For example, technology firms may achieve scale quickly due to digital platforms, while heavy manufacturing requires massive investment. Understanding these differences helps businesses tailor their strategies to their specific market conditions. The long-run average cost curve is typically U-shaped. It falls as economies of scale are realized, flattens at the minimum efficient scale, and rises if diseconomies set in. This shape reflects the balance between increasing efficiency and the challenges of managing larger operations. As firms produce more over time, they often become more efficient due to learning curve effects. Workers gain experience, processes are refined, and mistakes are reduced. These improvements can further lower costs, reinforcing the benefits of economies of scale. Technology plays a major role in achieving economies of scale. Automation, data analytics, and advanced machinery allow firms to produce more at lower costs. Staying ahead in technology can be the difference between leading the market and falling behind. Large firms often negotiate better prices for raw materials and services due to their purchasing power. Suppliers are willing to offer discounts for large orders, which further reduces production costs. This advantage is a key reason why scale matters in competitive industries. Economies of scale also extend to marketing and branding. Large firms can spread advertising costs over more units, making each sale less expensive to promote. This allows them to build stronger brands and reach more customers than smaller competitors. Large firms can invest more in research and development, leading to innovation and improved products. These investments are more affordable when costs are spread across a large output, giving big companies an edge in technology and product quality. Efficient distribution is another benefit of scale. Large firms can build extensive logistics networks, reducing shipping costs and ensuring products reach customers quickly. This efficiency supports lower prices and higher customer satisfaction. As firms grow, they can specialize their workforce. Employees focus on specific tasks, increasing productivity and reducing errors. This division of labor is a classic source of economies of scale, making large-scale operations more efficient. Large firms often enjoy better access to finance and lower interest rates. Banks and investors see them as less risky, so they can borrow at lower costs. This financial advantage supports further growth and investment. With greater scale, firms can diversify their products and markets, spreading risk. If one product or market faces challenges, others can help stabilize the business. This diversification is another reason why large firms tend to be more resilient. Despite the many benefits, there are limits to how large a firm can grow before diseconomies of scale set in. Recognizing these limits is essential for sustainable growth. Firms must balance the pursuit of efficiency with the risks of becoming too complex or unwieldy. Globalization has expanded the potential for economies of scale. Firms can now access international markets, source materials globally, and operate on a much larger scale than ever before. This trend has reshaped industries and increased competition worldwide. Digital platforms like e-commerce sites and social media have made it easier for firms to scale quickly. These platforms allow businesses to reach millions of customers with minimal additional cost, amplifying the benefits of economies of scale. Some industries benefit from network effects, where the value of a product increases as more people use it. Social media platforms and online marketplaces are prime examples. These effects can reinforce economies of scale, making large firms even more dominant. Economies of scale can create barriers to entry for new firms. High initial costs and the need for large-scale production make it difficult for small businesses to compete. This can lead to less competition and higher market concentration. Governments sometimes regulate industries to prevent excessive market power from large firms. Antitrust laws and competition policies aim to ensure a level playing field and protect consumers from monopolistic practices. While large firms benefit from scale, small firms can be more flexible and responsive to market changes. They often excel in niche markets, innovation, and customer service, balancing the advantages of scale with agility. The airline industry illustrates economies and diseconomies of scale. Large airlines benefit from bulk fuel purchases and global networks, but can also suffer from complex management and high fixed costs. Striking the right balance is key to profitability. Tech giants like Google and Amazon leverage economies of scale through massive data centers, global reach, and network effects. Their size allows them to innovate rapidly and offer services at lower costs, but they also face regulatory scrutiny and management challenges. Local bakeries operate on a small scale, often focusing on quality and personalized service. While they can't match the cost advantages of large chains, their flexibility and community connections help them thrive in niche markets. Service industries like banking and healthcare also benefit from economies of scale. Large banks can offer more services at lower costs, while big hospitals invest in advanced equipment. However, both face the risk of diseconomies if they become too large and impersonal. In agriculture, large farms use modern machinery and bulk purchasing to lower costs. However, they may also face challenges with environmental impact and management complexity, highlighting the trade-offs of scale. Large universities can offer a wide range of programs and facilities, spreading costs over many students. However, they must balance scale with maintaining quality education and personalized attention. Construction firms benefit from scale by purchasing materials in bulk and using specialized equipment. Large projects allow for more efficient use of resources, but managing big teams and projects can introduce new challenges. Logistics companies achieve economies of scale by optimizing routes, consolidating shipments, and investing in technology. These efficiencies reduce costs and improve service, but require significant investment and coordination. Large healthcare providers can offer specialized services and invest in advanced technology, lowering costs per patient. However, they must avoid becoming too bureaucratic, which can reduce patient satisfaction and efficiency. Energy companies, especially in utilities, benefit from massive scale. Large power plants and distribution networks lower the cost per unit of energy. However, regulatory oversight and environmental concerns must be managed carefully. Media companies use scale to distribute content widely and invest in high-quality production. Large audiences make advertising more profitable, but competition for attention is fierce, and diseconomies can arise from overexpansion. Tech firms scale rapidly by leveraging software and digital platforms. Once developed, software can be distributed at almost zero marginal cost, making scale a powerful advantage in this sector. To sum up, economies of scale help firms lower costs and compete more effectively, but there are limits. The minimum efficient scale marks the point of lowest average cost, while diseconomies can arise if firms grow too large. Understanding these concepts is essential for managers, investors, and policymakers alike. In conclusion, economies of scale, minimum efficient scale, and diseconomies are central to the study of business and economics. They shape industries, influence competition, and determine the success or failure of firms. By recognizing the benefits and limits of scale, businesses can make smarter decisions and thrive in a competitive world.